When I talk to songwriters about what they struggle with, I often hear the same things. Too many ideas, stuck on verse 2, no structure, can't finish songs, can't stay on topic, feeling uninspired. And it's frustrating because you can start a song, but finishing it is often a different story. Most people think this is an inspiration problem. It's not. It's not about talent, and it's not about having more ideas. It comes down to a few simple things. And once you understand these things, I promise you, finishing songs becomes a lot easier. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 reasons why most songwriters never finish their songs. And I'll give you a practical exercise at the end to help get you unstuck. If this is something you've been stuck with for a while, consider subscribing because this channel is all about helping you get unstuck and finish your songs. You may not realize this, but songs are stories. If you listen to any song today, they almost all tell a story. Now, they may not all be stories about drama and intrigue, but something is always happening. When you're stuck on a song, it's often because you don't know what story you're trying to tell. And if you don't know what story you're trying to tell, you can't get from point A to point B because you don't even know what the points are. Every good story has a few key things in common: a situation, a character, a problem, and something changes. The character either figures it out or they don't, but something always changes, and there's always a takeaway at the end. If you can get clear on what the situation is, who the story is about, what the problem is, and how it ends, then you can start creating a song that has direction, that moves them through something, and ultimately gives them, the listener, a satisfying experience. Another big reason why songwriters struggle to finish songs is because they haven't really figured out what they're actually trying to say. And if you don't know what you're trying to say, it's really hard to tell a coherent story. And your story doesn't have to be deep or poetic. It can be fun, lighthearted, straightforward. It just has to be clear to you. So start here. In plain language, in a few sentences, write out, what is this song really about? What's the main message? What do I want someone to walk away with? From there, you can start building out the song. Who's the main character? Where are they? What's the main problem? And how does the character move through the situation? What changes by the end? Those are the building blocks of your story, but you won't be able to answer those unless you know what you're trying to say. The last reason why you might be struggling to finish your songs is because you don't fully understand what each part of the song is supposed to do. Most songs follow a few core conventions. The verse usually sets the scene, introduces characters, establishes conflict or tension. Pre-chorus usually builds anticipation and reinforces the emotional message leading into the chorus. The chorus, where the song delivers the emotional message and gives away what the song is actually about. The bridge, if the song has one or needs one, offers contrast to the rest of the song, a different perspective, or a realization. If you understand what each part of the song is supposed to do, you then have a framework that you can work from. If the job of the verse is to ground the listener and set up the scene, then start by explaining where we are, who's there, and what's happening. If the job of the chorus is to deliver the message, focus on clearly saying what the song is about, what the emotional meaning or takeaway should be. Without that clear understanding of what each part does, it's harder to finish songs because everything just blends together. To put this into practice, here's something you can try right now. Start out by writing what your song is about in plain English in a few sentences. In my song Baby Blue, it's about a guy who has stepped out of the spotlight and is struggling to figure out where he stands in the world. And the narrator of the song is questioning him and trying to pull him back into the spotlight. Next, identify what the problem or tension is in the song. What is the character struggling with? What's the uncertainty or conflict? In my case, it's will he make it? Will he come back into the spotlight? Then ask, what's the resolution? What changes by the end of the song? For me, this happens later on in the song, where the character does return to the spotlight and the energy becomes, okay, let's just keep this going. Once you're clear on what you're trying to say, what the problem is, and what changes in your song, then you can start putting that into a song structure. And if you're unsure about song structure, check out my last video I made where I talk more about that. A lot of songwriters struggle to finish songs, and it usually comes down to a few things. Not realizing that songs tell a story, no narrative arc. Not being clear on what they're trying to say, no direction. Not understanding song structure, no framework. If you want to go deeper on this, I'm putting together a free ebook called From Stuck to Finished Song that covers all of this in more detail. You can jump on the waitlist in the description. Now I'm curious, where do you get stuck in your songs? What keeps you from finishing? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.